Did you know that in Istanbul you can have breakfast in Europe and lunch in Asia without needing a passport or a visa? Just watch your step as you cross the Bosphorus Bridge. Now, this isn't your typical morning stroll, mind you. This is a jaunt that takes you from one continent to another in a mere matter of minutes. It's like teleporting, but with a lot more legwork and a scenic view thrown in for good measure. And let's talk about this Bosphorus Bridge, shall we? It's not just a steel structure that's casually straddling two continents. Oh no, it's much more than that. It's a symbol, a testament to the amazing blend of cultures that Istanbul stands for. You see, this bridge isn't just about getting from point A to point B. It's about the journey, the experience, and the stories that unfold as you cross over. One foot in Europe, the other in Asia. It's like being in two places at once. Imagine telling your friends back home, "Oh, I just stepped over to Asia for a quick kebab after my morning croissant in Europe." Sounds surreal, doesn't it? But in Istanbul, it's just another day in the life. This bridge is also a great spot for a bit of people watching. You'll find locals going about their day, tourists gaping in awe, and even the occasional street vendor selling simit, a local bread that's as ubiquitous in Istanbul as the pigeons in Trafalgar Square. And remember, this isn't just a bridge, it's a cultural barometer. As you walk from one end to the other, you'll see the city change before your eyes. The architecture, the food, the ambience, everything subtly shifts, giving you a taste of the fascinating blend that is Istanbul. So remember, if you ever get confused about where you are, just look for the Bosphorus Bridge. It's a handy little thing, isn't it? Whether you're a seasoned traveler or a first-time visitor, this bridge is your compass, your guide, your link between the East and the West. Welcome to Istanbul, where every step is a leap across continents. Ever lost your way in a shopping mall? Try the Grand Bazaar in Istanbul. It's a labyrinth of 4,000 shops. You might enter in search of a Turkish rug and leave with a belly dancing costume. The Grand Bazaar is not just a shopping center, it's an adventurous expedition into the heart of Istanbul's vibrant commerce. It's where you can find anything from antique lanterns to exotic spices and even a pair of socks for your pet cat, Mr. Whiskers. Now let's talk about the shopkeepers. Picture this. You're eyeing a beautifully crafted Turkish lamp and the shopkeeper sees you. He approaches with a smile as wide as the Bosphorus Strait, and the bargaining dance begins. You'll find yourself caught in a whirlwind of numbers and charming flattery where no is just an invitation to negotiate further. Oh, and let's not forget the endless cups of Turkish tea you'll be offered during your bargaining marathon. It's like a caffeine-fueled shopping spree where the only rule is there are no rules. And then there are the hidden gems. You may stumble upon a tiny store tucked away in a corner, selling handcrafted Turkish delight that is so delicious, it might just make you forget about that Turkish lamp you were haggling over. So, if you're ever in the Grand Bazaar, remember, the first rule of bargaining is to act like you don't want it. And the second rule, forget the first rule, you're probably going to buy it anyway. If you thought your sweet tooth was a problem, wait till you get to Istanbul. Turkish delights are so good you'll forget about the calories. Now let's dive into the world of Turkish desserts, where the reigning monarch, without a doubt, is the famous Turkish delight. Picture this, a little cube of heaven, dusted with powdered sugar, and filled with an array of flavors that will make your taste buds dance the tango. From rose to pomegranate, from lemon to mint, and let's not forget the classic favorite, pistachio. But the Turkish delight is not the only sweet seductress in Istanbul. Let's not forget about baklava, that flaky, honey-soaked pastry that is as addictive as the latest binge-worthy series. One bite and you're hooked. Now here's a funny story. There was once a tourist, let's call him Bob. Bob loved Turkish delights so much that he decided to fill his entire suitcase with them. But when he got to the airport, his suitcase was overweight. Imagine the surprise of the airport staff when they opened his luggage to find it filled to the brim with Turkish delights. That's the power of Turkish sweets, my friends. They can make you do things that you never thought you would, like turning your suitcase into a mobile candy store. So when in Istanbul, remember to enjoy the Turkish delights. Just make sure you have room in your luggage. So we've walked from Europe to Asia, got lost in a shopping maze, and indulged our sweet tooth. What's next in Istanbul? Well, folks, Istanbul is a city of contrasts, a place where you can enjoy a steamy cup of Turkish tea while watching the snow fall gently over the Bosphorus. A town where the ancient rubs shoulders with the ultra-modern, where you can hear the muezzin's call to prayer echoing through the narrow streets as you pass a hipster cafe blasting techno music. It's a place where the aroma of roasting chestnuts mingles with the scent of the sea, and where skyscrapers cast long shadows over Ottoman-era palaces. But let's rewind a bit. Remember that epic trek from Europe to Asia? Yup, that's right. Istanbul is the only city in the world that straddles two continents. One minute you're in the heart of Europe, the next you're in Asia. Talk about a quick getaway. And then there's the Grand Bazaar, a labyrinth of stalls, shops and hawkers. It's like a giant game of hide and seek, except instead of seeking your friends, you're seeking the best deal on a hand-woven carpet or a glittering piece of gold jewelry. And let's not forget the food. Oh, the food. From the sugary delight of baklava to the savory sizzle of a doner kebab, your taste buds will be doing a happy dance of contrasts on every street corner. So whether you're a history buff, a foodie, a shopaholic, or just someone who enjoys a good cup of tea with a view, Istanbul has something to offer. It's a city that's constantly evolving, yet remains firmly rooted in its rich, diverse past. Whether you're here for the bridge or the bazaar, the desserts or the culture, one thing's for sure, Istanbul will always keep you on your toes. And remember, it's the only city where getting lost can mean finding yourself on a whole new continent.